What's going on, y'all? My name is Joltage, and today, bringing you my LC Open Round 4 match, this time versus GOAO. And you'll notice it's not coming to you live. That's because when I played this series versus him, I was in the middle of moving apartments, so I didn't have the ability to, I just didn't have my normal setup right. I was in a hotel room at the time. My mom was there. It was a real ordeal. Shout out to my mom for helping me move, by the way. That would have been a very unpleasant experience without her. Anyway, but like I said, so I couldn't record it live, so I'm bringing you the replays, and it is against GOAO. GOAO is an actual LCer, and someone who knows what he's doing, so I was pretty nervous heading into this series. Yeah, let's just hop into it. Game one. So game one starts. I did a cursory look at GOAO's replays. I didn't actually click and watch any of them. I just clicked and saw to look what types of teams he was running, and in every replay, it was this team right here. So, yeah, I thought Trap Bench was pretty good in this game. So I brought Pinch team for game one. Yeah, so from the start, we're going to lead Fu because I expect him to lead Fu, or Fungus. If he leads Fungus, I can just U-turn out into my Pharaoh pretty freely. If he leads his own Fu, we can do knock trades. We can do some stuff. But he does lead his Fu as I lead my Fu. He reveals Fake Out, which is fine. I'm gonna try to trade knocks here. He reveals that he's 17 speed because I'm also 17 speed. Now I don't want to die to this high jump kick, so I'm just gonna go to Spritzy and not lose my Fu turn 3 like I did in a previous game we were playing. He's going to U-turn out, get a crit, doesn't really matter. Moonblast is going to do quite a bit to this Pawniard, and he's going to go right for the knockoff as I go back to my Fu. As he goes to his Fungus, I U-turn out there. I could have clicked Close Combat or something and been fine. I think Close Combat into Acro would have killed the Fungus from where I was at, but U-turn for some momentum is always fun to do. Anyway, U-turn out into Vol. He's going to go Onyx on my Vol. I'm going to U-turn out again. If he was sturdy, I wanted to break that. He reveals to be weak armor. I'm just going to go trap that with Pinch. Take that out. And Onyx goes down, which sets up quite nicely for my Vol late game if necessary. Also, just need to, with Pawn being low, the Scarf Vol late game is looking okay, especially because I have dual wing beat for Abra, as we saw last round in the deciding game. Or was that the deciding? It was one of the games last week where the dual wing beat came in clutch. Anyway, goes out Fungus. I'm gonna just go out to Pharaoh because Fungus can't touch Pharaoh anymore without HP fire, and I'm gonna use this opportunity to get up my rocks. Thought about clicking the T-Wave there, or is this the team with Ironhead? This might be the team with Ironhead on the Pharaoh. He's gonna knock off my Spritzy, and my Spritzy's low enough to where I'm just gonna throw up a Wish. I want to have this to be able to check the Fu later. He's going to throw off the Sludge Bomb there. I can go back out to my Pharaoh Seed here, and I believe he makes a double right here, which was quite a good play on his part. Pharaoh's very important. I don't want it knocked off or anything. He goes for the high jump kick here, and he's going to U-turn out, and I think I'm going to throw up another Wish. He goes right back out to Fungus. This time he's going to go Pawn on my Protect, which works out for him, as my Spritzy is pretty high health. I'm going to go back out to my Mienfu as he goes right for the Ironhead. I did a lot, and I wasn't sure if it... Alright, so that did a lot, and I didn't calc the Moonblast earlier, but if this was a Scarf Pawn, I didn't want to stay in and just have him kill my Mienfu like that. So I go out to Staryu on an Ion. If he is Scarf Pawn, the expected Iron Head. Turns out he's not Scarf Pawn, as we see right here. So I could have killed him there, but I didn't know, so didn't want to take that chance. But anyway, I'm gonna hit a Hydro Pump that turn to take out the pawn, which is great again for my Vol. I'm gonna just sack my Staryu now to the Fungus, hit it with a pretty decently strong Ice Beam, and go out to my Vol. I go for the U-turn there. I could have and probably should have just Brave Birded, I guess, but the U-turn's fine because, again, I can go Pharaoh pretty freely on Fungus and not really worry about anything. He goes out to his Mienfoo, and I believe I T-Wave right here. No, I double out to Vol. I like that play. And get to pressure once again. This time I do just go right for the Brave Bird, take out the Fungus. And he goes Abra. Obviously, I don't know if he's sashed or not. If he is sashed, well, regardless, my pinch is actually at full able to trap Abra pretty much every time unless he double Psychics, which he's obviously not going to Psychic in front of a Vol. So I'm just going to boom as he Dazzling Gleams, doesn't do enough, and reveals he's not even Protect, and he wasn't Focus Sash, so my first impression is going to kill. We go for first impression there because even if he is Protect in that case, unless he's Energy Ball, I live the Psychic, can knock him down to Sash with Earthquake, and then Feint next turn will be able to take it out. Now here I don't want to risk this being an Agility Porygon, and just kind of want to get a big hit off, so I stay in to go for the Superpower, plus Trapinch was only going to be really useful for possible first impression later. But I can just go out to Mienfoo and close combat the Pori. It wasn't scarfed or anything, which was also a consideration I needed to keep in mind. But I'm able to take it out with the CC, and then his last is Mienfoo is not going to be able to beat my Scarf Vol or my Spritzy, and I win game one. So game one went really, really smoothly for me. Pinch put in a lot of work taking out Onix and Abra like that. It was just set me up for victory. Next game, I wanted to bring the Vulpix team, as he brought the exact same team again. I brought the Vulpix team mainly just because it again had the whole pinch thing, which was I just determined that Trapinch was going to be my mon of the series here. Yeah, so GOAO brought what appeared to be the same team. Spoilers, it's not. He switches up sets, and it really catches me off guard in this game, as we'll see shortly here. In fact, we'll see it turn one as he goes out to his Porygon. Download. Last time it wasn't scarfed, I'm thinking, alright, cool, well, he's at the least gonna switch out. I can just go for the U-turn here pretty freely, but no, he's scarfed, and the Psychic is able to take me out turn one, which was not good, obviously. I'm gonna go out to Mienfoo, and I'm gonna go out to my Vullaby on that because he's obviously scarfed, so it's not like he can do anything, and I try to make a double out to my Pinch, expecting the Onix because it's a Vol, but he goes out to his Foo in a probably expecting the knockoff there, and I have my Pinch out, which obviously isn't great for me, so I gotta get out of there. I go Tenta because Tenta is my fighting resist. Eat the knockoff, which is not great. Tenta's not a great fighting resist. He's gonna U-turn out. Go out to his Fungus, as I'm gonna fire off a knockoff of my own. Getting rid of the Fungus's Eviolite's always nice. Go out Pharaoh on the expected Spore, but he goes for the Giga Drain. He would have lost health on that because my Tentacle was Liquid Ooze. I click the knockoff here on the incoming Foo, and have to go back out to my Tentacool, who gets hit with the high jump kick and is going to get 2-hit KO'd, unfortunately. So Tenta didn't get to do a whole lot this game. I get to go out to my Vulpix, though. On the... Was Foo knocked? I don't quite remember. Foo was knocked. So if he goes out to... And I go for the Weather Ball here because if he goes out to the Onyx, I have the pinch at full, able to trap it really easily. So I felt like the Weather Ball was pretty free. And I am able to take out the Fungus. Next turn, Pawn reveals that it's Life Orb, and Life Orb Sucker Punch is able to take out my Scarf Vulpix. This is, another situation where I was like, okay, I don't think I'm gonna die here, but yeah, Life Orb did. I haven't seen a whole lot of Life Orb Pawn since like. I haven't seen a whole lot of Life Orb Pawn in a very long time, actually, so that caught me off guard. And my Vulpix is going to go down, which is obviously terrible because it's my Scarfer. And, Vulpix is just a giant threat, generally. So I got to go out to pinch. I can deal with it at full. The reason you can't switch out, into pinch directly is because I don't have the pinch spread that is able to take on Standard Pawn and live the knockoff into the Iron Head. I don't even know if a pinch spread can do that with Life Orb Pawn, but I'm not the one that can do it with Standard Pawn either. So I don't try to switch my pinch hard in unless I either really anticipate the rocks or catch it on the double myself. But I am able to take it out with the Earthquake, eating the knockoff in return. As he goes out to his Scarf Pori, I go to my Pharaoh on the Ice Beam. Pharaoh takes a lot there, but it's not the end of the world. I try to T-Wave the Fu just to, give me some time. My win condition is going to be my Nasty Plot Vol here. Unfortunately, my pinch is low enough to where he can just Rock Blast into EQ and take me out here. If I could have gotten rid of Onyx and kept my pinch, I may have been able to do it. But yeah, or if I maybe gone Pharaoh hard on that, but he could have got me out for really easily there. But yeah, so the switch up of the sets really caught me off guard in this game, and it ended up punishing me quite a bit. I'm just gonna, at this point it's really over, and I'm just trying to stall him out, I guess, with my Roost. But this was bound to happen eventually, and I don't think it really mattered. Heat Wave does not thaw you, by the way. That just to mention. And yeah, this is gonna be the end of game 2. Yeah, well played on GOAO's part. I just thought I had information I didn't, and it ended up costing me. But his Abra's not gonna be able to take me out either. And it actually is gonna look a lot closer than it was at this final score. But his Scarf Pori is gonna be able to take me out with the Ice Beam here. And we move on to the final game, game 3. I brought Psychic Spam because why not? I just like bringing it. I knew he would probably run the exact same team again because why change it at this point? But I wasn't sure which sets he'd be running. I wasn't sure if he'd be running game 1 sets or game 2 sets. So I'm playing a bit more cautiously in this one. We're gonna lead Staryu, expecting the Fu or whatever, or Onyx even against this team. But he leads Pawn, I believe, and I just decided to go for a Scald outright. As he goes Fungus, and I get the burn here, and I decide not to reveal flip turn, just go right out to my Pharaoh on a Giga Drain. I'm going to take this opportunity to get up my Rocks, I believe, because he doesn't have hazard removal on this team. And, Rocks are useful. Oh, it's my Spritzy. This one is Covet Spritz, so I'm going to be able to steal whatever comes in's item, as it is the Pawniard, and I steal its Eviolite, which is beautiful for me. Again, like I mentioned, I can't go hard Trap Inch on Pawn, so I go Staryu instead, and I decide to recover up on an expected Sucker Punch there. Goes back out to his Fungus on a flip turn out on my part, as I get to go out to Pony G, and Pony G gets to claim a kill at this point, basically, as it's Life Orb, 3 attack, Life Orb, Calm Mind, 3 attacks, which is a set that is not great when you face things like Trap Inch, but in these games, like where there's no Trap Inch or you need a little bit of extra power to bust through some things, the Life Orb, Calm Mind's really cool. But here gets to claim a kill because nothing outspeeds and can live both the Mystical Fire into the Psychic / Dazzling Gleam. Abra could technically come in and live the Mystical Fire into possibly, or slash it out speeds, but it likely doesn't have Shadow Ball. And the minus special attack is going to hurt it anyway. But I'm going to fire off the Mystical Fire here as he goes Pawn. Pawn has no Eviolite. This is Life Orb. That thing's going to die. And Pony G's looking quite threatening. He goes out to his Porygon and gets an attack raise. I thought about Calm Minding there because I knew he wasn't like that strong versus me. But my pony also doesn't have any recovery, so I just ultimately decided to go Pharaoh as as just my good normal it's going to resist most of Porygon's moves, and it's not like Porygon had the plus to special attack. I'm going to fire off a T-Wave just in case as he goes Foo, and go right back out to Spritzies. He's going to U-turn out to his Porygon rather than his Fungus as I was expecting, but Porygon's in with the download boost to special attack now. I'm going to throw up a Wish and Protect here on the Porygon just to see what's going on. I'm gonna go out to my Pharaoh. Didn't want to throw up another Wish just because that's not really a winning game for my Spritzy. And my Pharaoh is going to be able to knock off the Porygon's Berry Juice. Very good that I knocked that off, obviously, because I didn't really have a way to OHKO it. And I go Staryu. There, just kind of as a sack / if he decided to go for Ice Beam again. I could live and do stuff to it, but he is able to take me out with the Tri-Attack. But I get to go to Pony G, who's going to outspeed the Porygon there and be able to take, and again, nearly going to be able to claim something with Psychic. Does a load to Abra, but I'm going to switch out again to my Pinch, who does a really good job of being an Abra trapper, especially when Abra doesn't have Shed Shell. Abra in the second game actually did have Shed Shell, but that one has neither Shed Shell. But in this game, and I believe in the first game, it had, which I think this is the version of the team from the first game. The Abra doesn't appear to have either of those, so my Pinch is able to take it out with the first impression. And yeah, so here I do have the superpower, naturally, just as another way to take out like Pharaoh. It also gives me a strong hit against Munchlax, who kind of destroys my team otherwise, but no one's really running Munchlax these days. It's just kind of a just in case thing, and I think about going for it, but I don't. But I decide that my Pinch could be just generally useful later, so I switch out here to my Pharaoh to sack it as Porygon agility's up, and that's kind of scary. Fortunately, it is knocked off. It wasn't Eviolite to begin with, and my Pinch's my 18 attack Pinch's first impression is able to do the 40% necessary to take it out. If that wasn't the case, I would have had to lose my Average Focus Sash to be able to remove it, but luckily Pinch really goes MVP, puts the team on its back, takes out the Porygon there, and really saves the game. And now Pinch has kind of done its job. I decided to sack it to a Spore just because like Fungus isn't really that threatening as long as it can't sleep something. And I go hard Pony G on the Giga Drain. That does a little more than I would have liked, but nothing can switch into the Psychic, and Pony G is going to take out the Fungus. I know this Mienfoo is Fake Out from game 1, and I see no reason to just sack the Pony G when I don't have to, so I go out to my Spritzy to eat the Fake Out, fire off a Moonblast because why not, as I eat the knockoff. I throw up a Wish because throw up a wish on turn 29 because, I mean, it wasn't really... I didn't need to fire off another Moonblast, I don't think. And the wish just kind of was no drawback play, I don't think. This is not like the Bienfu could have taken me out anyway. It was paralyzed. It was very low. It's not... I've got 2 psychic types. It's not a huge deal. And Onyx, unless Onyx was like Dragon Dance Rock Blast, unless Onyx was Dragon Dance Rock Blast, it shouldn't have been able to win regardless. Plus, like, Spritzy can eat a hit even at +1 and, you know, weaken it enough to where maybe Trap Inches, though Trap Inches is asleep, so that would have been playing with a little bit of fire there. But I don't think Dragon Dance Rock Blast is a set anyway. Anyway, so he fires off the Rock Blast as I go for the Moon Blast. It does plenty. He fires off a Rock Blast again. He's going to get another 2-hit as I throw up another Wish. And just going to take him out with the Moon Blast there. And that's going to be the game and the series. So, fun series. I'm happy to beat someone I actually know is pretty decent at the game. I think his strategy was neat, particularly the game 2 set up by the game 1 really was effective, but I think that type of strategy will work best in 2 games rather than over the course of 3, unless you have a third version of the team. Though the game 3, if I anticipate you're bringing that team again, like you know, I don't know which sets they are necessarily, but I was able to suss it out pretty easily this game and pick up the dub. But yeah, we're on to round 5 of LC Open. We're making a much deeper run than I was expecting. I believe this is I believe round 5 is top 32, which is pretty neat. Yeah. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed, please feel free to hit the like button and subscribe for more. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.